Hey, yeah, no, it's me, the Lamb of God. No, I'm just calling to give you the script for the games tonight. Yeah, no, so we realized we overdid the overtime thing, so we're gonna have the Avalanche just smoke the Blues, right? Just really put them down. Yeah, exactly. And then we're gonna have the Canes take care of business against the Predators, but I want this to be a heavy matchup. How about I don't know, like 100 combined hits across the board. Like let's really see the weight carry through. Yeah. No, yeah, it's surprising from those two, but I think people will like that. Boston, Washington. God, I hate these fan bases. You know what? Screw these guys. Give me, I don't know, a scrum after every whistle. I need a cheap shot every time. Make sure Marshy lays 3 or 4 really borderline plays, usually after the whistle. Let's get him dirty. Make sure though that no team gets a bunch of power plays. I want them offsetting. I want, no matter how infuriating it is, and no matter how much one player deserves it more than the other, offsetting penalties throughout. Yeah. Wilson, you know what? How about this? Wilson takes a dive. Bad embellishment. Call it or don't. I don't know, but just make it blatant. Okay, yeah, that's good. No, we will have this one go to overtime just to infuriate everyone. Make sure at least one goal goes in on Tuukka Rask. That's kind of, so that whole debate continues like the morons they are. Yeah, no, okay. How does it end? How do you piss off these fan bases the most? Marchand. Yeah, let it end with Marchand. Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Pissing off hockey fans. It's God's work. Low quality fans of a high quality Bruins team. That is a dub. The first dub of the Stanley Cup playoffs in 2021 for the Bruins. I am wearing my Samsonov jersey. We're feeling spicy. But, I'm a little upset. Now, this is a happy video. It absolutely is. This was a hell of a game. But I'm going to start this video by calling out the team a little bit, and most importantly, calling out the leadership. There are a few things to be upset about. Rask's play has not been great. And guys, if you are on the right side or left side of this argument, if you are on either extreme, you're wrong. I can't hold your hand and walk you through this one. You are wrong. You are mistaken if you're on either extreme. Does Tuukka Rask suck? No. But he did have a couple games where you go, that's not the elite Tuukka Rask I know. Is Tuukka Rask absolved of all blame? No. There's absolutely goals that have gone in where you go, man, maybe you could have stopped that one. Also, the argument that he kept us in this game is true. High-end saves don't offset weak goals. Just because you made the big save doesn't mean you're allowed to let in an easy one. That's not how that works. Your point can be, he made some huge saves that kept us in this game. Yeah, I'm bummed he let that one go. He's not at fault. That can be your argument. It can't be, well, he made some huge saves that kept us in this game. Who cares if he's letting in weak ones because he's making the big ones? No, you still gotta stop the weak ones! A great performance, an elite goaltender, does both. He's very high percentage on the easy ones, and he's good percentage on the really high danger ones. He has not been that. He's been this, but he hasn't been this. Now, there's a lot of deflection stuff. The goals have been wonky and weird, and the Capitals have gotten lucky in this series. Very good puck luck for them so far. Hopefully that runs out. But Tuukka Rask doesn't suck. He's definitely still our starter. Stop asking for Swayman. It's not going to happen. He's also partly to blame for some of the goals that go in. That's okay. I hate this conversation. I'm plucking low-hanging fruit by talking about it, but it just feels like everyone immediately has to talk about this after every game. We're going in circles. But I digress. The reason I am upset at the leadership of this team, and to be clear, I'm upset at the leadership for this team for for the first 5.5 periods of this series, right? But the reason I'm upset at them is because we have started each game slowly. We have started each period slowly. There are portions of shifts that are just completely taken off. There is a lack of motivation at times. We're buying into the Capitals' retaliation penalties. We are doing everything the Capitals want us to. The reason these games are so close is because we are buying into the Capitals' game plan. We are getting out strategized. Because you'll notice we kind of deserve to have leads in these games. The play that we have, especially in the middle of periods, towards the end of periods, is overwhelming speed and skill that the Capitals can't match. The only reason these games are staying close is because A, we're not disciplined. I know we're not taking a ton of penalties, ton of offsetting ones last night, but we're not disciplined. We're getting in every scrum. Marchand he's reverting back. He's getting more feral by the shift. And we'll talk about that in a bit. We need the leadership to do what they did late in the third period, which is look at the bench and say, sit down, shut the fuck up, do your job. We're done. We're done with the extracurricular bullshit. We're down by a goal in game 2. We're threatening to go down 0-2 in the series. It's time to win a fucking hockey game by playing hockey. This is a happy video. This is a happy video. This is a happy video. Bergeron did do that. Marchand was quoted saying that Bergeron roped him back in. Said, hey, you are too important to this team for you to now be going to the box. Don't mix it up with these lugs. They want to get you out of the game. They're scared of you. I've been really disappointed at the start of every game, start of every period, with the way we are unmotivated. When we have so much motivation, we have so much motivation for these games. Chara on the other side, Wilson and Hathaway throwing cheap shots all season, and now you get the chance to eliminate them in a playoff series. Motivation. Craig Anderson, a 40-year-old goalie who kicked the shit out of you in 2017. Motivation. Guys, get the job done. But like I said, this is a happy video, boys! Ladies and boys, men and girls, let's do this! Rask gets a start. Again, that's not changing anytime soon. Cliffy in for Lauzon. Now this is kind of a double-edged thing, because Cliffy is in because Lauzon is injured. I personally believe, and this is speculation, I have nothing to go off of here, that Lauzon could play through whatever the injury is if Bruce really wanted him in. I think Lauzon got a little too worked up game 1. Bruce went, he's banged up. Let's throw Cliffy in there and see what we get. And I thought Cliffy played pretty well. Fuck it, I'll put the graphic up. Cliffy he did some good things against some all-time great scorers. So I know this is kind of a cherry-picked stat, but it means something. I can't shit on the guy for this game. He played solid getting thrown into a playoff game like that. The biggest change, though, and this was felt heavily in this game, is Coyle is now centering the third line. Corrali gets dropped down to the left side of the fourth line, and DeBrusk gets bumped up to the right side of the third line. So it's Ritchie, Coyle, DeBrusk, Corrali, Lazar, Wagner. This would play a huge part, because these lines went from third line looking like shit and fourth line playing pretty well to third line looking real good and fourth line playing like shit. And spoiler alert, we did not make this easy on Anderson tonight. Thank God. Now, I already went on a huge rant, but the puck drops, and we're sloppy. We're very sloppy. And the Capitals are bringing it, man. You want to talk about teams that are ready to play from puck drop? That is that Capitals team. Fuck, they are scary. In the first 4.5 minutes, Rask is bailing us out. Huge saves, a save on a 3-on-1. There was a scrum in front of the net. He's just holding his line so well. But after that first 4 minutes, the second line gets to work. And the second line is not going to equate in this goal at all, but they were the one who got the puck in the offensive zone, created pressure, and created the cycle. The puck does get out, and we do a quick change. Coyle will get the puck in the neutral zone and come flying down the right side. He makes a little deke to the inside. Defender bites. He keeps moving. And he swings around the net, and he's flying. And Anderson, no clue what his thought process was here. Absolutely none. He bites, keeps attacking Coyle, and Coyle just No, I'm just going to keep taking it. Goes around the back of the net. Net is open because Anderson pushed so far out that he can't get back in time. Defenders pinch on Coyle, so Coyle doesn't have an easy just wrap around goal, but he flings it to the front of the net, and Jakey is there, taking the hits. He shoves it in. That is a second goal for Jakey in this playoffs. Not too shabby. And it's a 1-0 lead 5 minutes into the game. Coyle is a different beast in the playoffs, apparently. We haven't seen playoff Crates yet. I know, I'm disappointed too, but we have seen playoff DeBrus. We have seen playoff Coyle. Daddy likey. The problem is we give up so many odd man rushes, and oftentimes the odd man rushes are against our forwards. We do have a lot of defensemen that like to pinch, apparently. So, unfortunately, Pasta has to play defense on point, holds Raffle as he's going by him because he gets a step on him. We're going to the penalty kill 6 minutes in, and we immediately pay for it. And the recipe to success for the Caps, Oshie's in his office. He takes another, remember I keep saying harmless wrister. Oshie's in front. His stick is free. Beautiful tip. God, can this guy play the game. Tips it, high blocker. Rask is surprised by it. That's 1-1. A minute after we fucking scored. Oh, this series, man. 9 minutes in, 3 minutes later. That's right, we're in a shootout, folks. Caps try to clear the puck, and they should have had an easier clear than this. They were all alone, but they throw the puck up, and Pasta just knocks that shit down. Players get to the net, but Bergie swings back around and stays in the high slot, trailing behind. Pasta feeds Bergie. Bergie flings this high glove. That is 2-1. Captain Patrice Bergeron. I love him. Problem is, Craig Anderson does a Patrick Waugh impersonation for most of the rest of the game, and it gets ugly. We cannot get anything by him. We have open nets at times. We have scrums in front of the net, and Anderson's just holding the line. It is infuriating. 7 minutes left. Dowd's going to go for roughing after a face wash. The Capitals really used the face wash move a lot in this one. A minute into that, though, a scrum on top of Anderson results in Marchand going to the box. The weird thing about this is it wasn't offsetting. Marchand full-on dong smashes Dylan in the balls. Just... That deserves a penalty all day long. And Marchand, don't fucking do that, please. Dude, cheap shot. I don't like people going for the nats. I really don't. I'm looking at you, Ovi. But I don't like it. That's just unnecessary. We have a lead. And a power play. Stop it. Problem is, the reason this shouldn't have been just us going to the box is Raffle was on top of Marchand while he was down in the scrum, pressing a knee into his back. Literally, you could see him lifting all of his weight off the ice to try to put the knee into Marchand. Dumb play by Raffle, but doesn't get called. Either way, 4v4. I don't want to hear shit about making your own luck in this series, because one side has it, one side doesn't, and I feel like one's creating more than the other, and it's not equal. 3 minutes left of the period, and it's just a face-off in our zone. And they win it, and it goes to Orlov, and they have not won a lot of face-offs, but they win this one. And Orlov takes a harmless wrister! And it just squeaks by 6 players. It literally just goes through a forest. This is one that, yeah, Rask never really saw it. The 5-hole was huge. No stick down, nothing. Just slid right under him. That one is one you could go, yeah, it's crazy it got through, but that's absolutely a save that should have been made. So it's 2-2, and it's going to end that way in the first. We will start the second period 4-on-4 because of a Shahan-Riley scrum. Now, for the rest of the game, there will be several offsetting penalties. The ref's strategy here was to kind of clamp down on anything that could be called, but give it to both teams. It was weird. And again, we start this period super slow. The Capitals are careening down on us, and it's an odd man rush every 3 minutes, but honestly, everyone get used to it, because the past 2 games, that's literally been the way it is. They get odd man rush after odd man rush after odd man rush, and then people criticize Rask for letting in the easy ones, but he's stopping all these odd man rushes, whatever. Luckily, after the first 6 minutes, we do go to the power play to kind of stop their momentum. Unfortunately, power play drawn by Taylor Hall, of course, tripping, what do you know. Unfortunately, Pasta has the open net, but he can't just hit his spot, man. He's struggling. I don't get it. On we go. 7 minutes left. Cliffy This could have been huge for the Capitals. Cliffy goes for interference. It was absolutely interference all day. The problem is Wilson acted like he got shot. This was a Broadway musical. He was in Cats. Does anyone get shot in Cats? Flings the leg up, falls back. He gets called for embellishment because, you know, he's a tough guy, so you gotta also flop if you're a tough guy, you fucking peasant. And right when I write that note, and I'm like, yay, I get to make fun of Wilson. I love making fun of Wilson. Our own idiot does his own stupid idiot thing. Marshy and Mantha get mixed up behind the net, and look, did Mantha face wash him? Yeah, sure. Marshy, while getting held back by the ref, gets a stick up high and hooks Mantha in the neck. They both go. Honestly, this should have been a 4-minute on Marshy. You can't do that in this series. A little composure. Get under their skin. You're buying into their game. I want to make fun of Wilson. I want to call him dirty. So Marchand has to stop being dirty. 2-2 at the end of 2. And I will say, couple fun stats. Over 100 attempted shots in this game. Not all of them made it in net. That's why the shot totals don't add up that. But after 2 periods, over 100 attempted shots. Crazy. Also, a total of 24 penalty minutes. Kind of high, right? The majority of which were offsetting minors. 24 penalty minutes in the first 2 periods, none of them fighting. All of them 2-minute minors. So what do we need in the third period? We need our top line to be our top line, which they were playing pretty well this game, I will say. We need our second line to go back to being the second line they were before the playoffs started. We need our third line to continue whatever gorgeous bullshit they're doing. God, they look so good. And we need our fourth line to not be on the ice, which they barely were. What do we get, you may ask? Well, 2 minutes in, and Richie takes a penalty, a dumb one. He's behind the net, Oshie's skating by him, and I don't even know if he saw Oshie, but he flings his hand back and just clotheslines him. Easy roughing call. That's a good call that has to get called. We're going to the penalty kill, and we kill it. Oh man, what a clutch kill. But the problem is 20 seconds after we kill it, we take another penalty. This time it's Hall for tripping. Again, a good call. Hall absolutely got him. You can't do this against this Capitals team in the third period of a tied game. Rask bails us out, but 10 seconds after we kill that penalty. 10 seconds. And Miller, with the boneheaded play of the game, hard pinch against 2 Capitals players. They go right around him. Leads to a 2-on-1. Hathaway gets the puck from Orlov and just fires this high glove. Rask doesn't have a chance on it. It's 3-2 Caps. Things don't look great. But there's still a lot of game left, about 13 minutes, but the existential dread really sets in. And I already showed this graphic, but as a reminder, we were there. It's not like we weren't trying to score. Look at all those dots in front of the net. And then one of the most, yes, but wait, goals I've seen in a little while. Hall skated right past Carlson to get into the zone. Just went right around him. And Hall, much more noticeable in this game in its entirety. He wants it, and he played very well. Flies down the left side and goes, fuck it. Throws it into the front of the net. Just Smith whacking at it, and he's whacking. Hall continues to cycle around. Full scrum in front of the net. Anderson down. Hall gets the loose puck, throws it in. Now, a lot of times, you see referees blow the whistle as soon as the goalie gets down on his belly and they can't see the puck. But the puck was very evidently in front of Anderson and out. Thank God. And the ref could see it. Hall buries it underneath Anderson, just flips it in. That is a tie game with 2:49 left in the game. And I thought that they were going to challenge it for goaltender interference because during the scrum, McAvoy comes charging in, gets hit from behind, and flops onto Anderson. Easily enough contact where you wouldn't call this goalie interference. The problem is, we know it's 50-50 any fucking time. Anytime that they're challenging for interference. But the Capitals did not challenge, which I think was the right play, because the goal did look legal, and if you fail that challenge, with 2 minutes left in the game, you've now put the other team on the power play in a tie game. Had they known what was going to happen, I'm sure they would have challenged it. This will be the 11th straight playoff game between the Capitals and Bruins in which it ended in a 1-goal lead, because we're going to overtime 3-3, and we didn't have to wait long. We're 40 seconds in, and as a keep at the blue line by Krejci. The Capitals should have gotten this out, but Krejci keeps it in, flings it to the left point for Grizz. Grizz with a beautiful feed to Marchand, who's waiting at that right circle. and he smashes a one-timer. That is game, set, match, 39 seconds into overtime, a franchise record for fastest playoff goal. The record it beat was Bobby Orr's 42nd. Game 4, final goal in St. Louis, 1970. So we get the Dubs! Tied series, baby! Let's go to game notes, though. Let's talk about a couple individual players that have really impressed me this game. Riley had a hell of a fucking game. Carlo is not going to get mentioned in a lot of articles. He's not going to get mentioned in a lot of tweets. That guy was a fucking wall tonight. I loved what I saw from Carlo. He is afraid of no one. Coyle, great. DeBrusque continues to build. Awesome. Hall looked way better. Smith, more involved. Krejci, more involved. First line, better than the first game. I still think the first line has another level they can get to. Cliffy was fine. Cliffy was good. He was fine. Miller looked real bad. Miller had a lot of moments that were tough. And I know there's that one glaring moment, but there were a lot of plays that he got beat on. Fourth line in general, not enough. They were outplayed in every single shift there on the ice. That was a rough go for them. But all in all, more players were good than they were bad. And I think this game deserved to not go to overtime. I think we deserve to have a bigger lead. Problem is, every mistake we make ends up in the back of our net. We gotta clean it up. We gotta clean it up. We have to stop with the retaliation bullshit. Because again, you're feeding into their game plan. Wake up. There's a world where this game doesn't have as many offsetting and the refs decide to just penalize teams. Like they just went, you know what? We're just, whoever did it first, you're out. And in that world, we lose that game. Because our power play can't keep up with their power play. Gotta clean it up. Play tough. Play tough, but clean it up. We go back to Boston for game 3. The series is tied. Momentum's on our side. We got to take care of business now. Now is where I really feel like we're going to see our team blossom. Like youth in spring. Don't expect Swayman. He's not going to get the start. Stop it. Maybe expect a little Freddie action down at the bottom line. I'm not sure. That line played poorly enough to have a guy or two switched out. Personally, I'd rather have Kuhlman in right now. I think Kuhlman in for Wagner would do a lot. We'll see what happens. Guys, it does it for me. Like, comment, subscribe. Go Bears!